What's up, weirdos? Nightmares beyond human comprehension. That's what's up. I love making YouTube videos, and this is so much fun for me. However, occasionally I'll come across a bit of a situation that gives me so many heebie-jeebies, it's absurd. I'm being so real with you. Something about this one just, it feels different. Because this isn't just like a crazy age gap, even though, I mean, look at them. This isn't the extent of it though. It's actually worse than it looks, if you can believe that. Before I say that though, I just want to mention the second collection of necklaces on Weirdo Things just dropped. I mentioned it in the last ghost hunting video, but I didn't really get into it. I am so excited that I get to do this. Like, I'm loving it. And by the way, they're really high quality. They're not plastic. These are like actual, like, okay, this one, real pearls, okay? And like with weight to it. Not stainless steel PS, sterling silver. And the Barbara and Kenneth one, real rose quartz. Like, everything's real. We are making designer quality necklaces at an affordable price for the consumer that wouldn't normally be able to get designer quality necklaces. And I'm so excited about it. I love them so much. Oh my God. But if I'm getting back on track, one thing I don't love is when a very old woman grooms a very young boy. I don't like that. Sorry, I was just really excited about my necklaces. I wanted to talk about it. And I think also part of me is stalling, but let's go.
This is Karan. He fell in love with Cheryl.
I can't keep her hands off me. She get me aroused. I'm telling you, it happens so often. Lord, yo.
We get right into it with that, is how it starts. This is Karan. He fell in love with, and then just a nightmare. Hello there, boy. Face cast in shadows. By the way, the description of this video says that he's 24 and she's 61. If she's 61, all I'm saying is that's evidence of the importance of sunscreen. And I know you're thinking, oh, that's kind of mean. Just wait, it's okay. Just wait. And immediately, Karan, just.
She get me aroused. I'm telling you, it happens so often. Lord.
She get me aroused so often. Okay, who's asking you that? This is Karan. He fell in love with Cheryl. What do you got to say about that, Karan? To be honest, she's got me so bricked up, you could call me Amish. Oh, bars. To be honest, call me bricked up, call me Amish. Yeah, I got good rhythm. And I guess she does when she's getting involved with him. I don't want to talk about it.
Their love started through TikTok, but many people were quick to judge their 37-year age gap.
Real quick. I don't know what the heck those TikToks were. I mean, peace and love. God be with you. That's what you're posting? I mean, what the heck? Can you settle? Can you just, what? Hey, but they're just getting freaky with it. And I've never had a problem with people getting freaky with it, so why would I have it here? Well, I don't want to go there. Okay, here it is. Because they said that their love started because of TikTok, but that's actually not true, and there's a point that they gloss over right here that's kind of interesting. Hello there, boy!
My very first job, her son was my boss. She would always come up there and get food and speak to everyone there.
After 8 years of friendship, they found love through their mutual interest in TikTok.
Did you hear all the information that they slid in there? I don't want to talk about this. Her son was his boss. So they knew each other through that. And then after 8 years of friendship, they fell in love through their shared connection of TikTok. So they were friends for 8 years. He is 24. When she was in that position of power over him, is what I'm saying, they met and were friends. They just gloss over that in the video. They don't go into any further detail on that. But in the description, look what they have in the description. 24-year-old Karan first met Cheryl, 61, when he worked with one of her family members, and they instantly had a connection. When he was 16, and I'm gonna guess 8 years ago, she wasn't a minor. If I'm doing the math, she would have actually been 53. So a 16-year-old boy and a 53-year-old woman in a position of power over him met, and they had an instant connection. They go on to write, their friendship developed and deepened through a mutual interest, ... TikTok. Oh, that's so great that this 53-year-old woman was developing and deepening their connection through TikTok with a 16-year-old boy. Yeah. Me personally, I'm not interested in developing or deepening a connection with a 16-year-old, and I'm only 24. Oh, 24. I was so hot when I was 23. I'm 24 now? It's a ugly ass number, no, it's just ugly. But that's me. And she's 53. Hello there, boy. So how much worse or more than is it than for me? Okay. I cannot believe that they just gloss over that. They're literally describing a grooming relationship. We'll keep going and see how this actually plays out like in their current relationship, but it's just the context that changes the entire story, and it's just not talked about other than the comments. Friendship for 8 years, so since he was 16, how could you date someone you've known since they were 16? That is a very insightful comment from Michael Jackson. Well, at least you know it's coming from somebody with experience. By the way, I'll stand 10 toes down on this. Michael Jackson's best music was when he was black. You know what I'm saying? I would rather listen to a Jackson 5 record than Doesn't matter if you're black or white. died! Back on the topic of this elderly woman. And by the way, women as they get older and mature are still beautiful. But when you're morally a ghoulish forest hag, it kind of seeps through the physical cracks, of which she has plenty due to her dog water skincare routine. Okay, let's keep going.
We got closer. I asked her out and I caught feelings first. She gave me this dream. I woke up and I was just aroused, and I told her about it.
Quran, please. First of all, this is setting a narrative that, you know, he was interested in her first and he pursued her first. If that door is even open from the side of the 53-year-old woman, that's bad. And by the way, if you're a woman in her 60s and a boy who you've known since he was 16 says, I had a dream about you and I got aroused, you don't have to then boink him. In fact, I'd say you're morally obligated to not boink. That's right, boinking is immoral. That's right, you're a immorally... You shouldn't have done that, but let's keep going because we were just getting to the good part where he's aroused. Hello there, boy!
We decided to make it into a relationship because we're both happy. The more affectionate of the two of us, I can't keep her hands off me. She get me aroused, I'm telling you, it happens so often. Lord, yo.
They have a dynamic. I can't get her hands off me. She can't stop grabbing at me. She used to know me when I was just a young teenager working for her son, and now she can't stop touching me on my privates. And when we say it like that, for what it actually is, it feels a little bit gross and it feels a little bit weird and it feels like, don't say that. And the discomfort that you're feeling with me just saying that, just remember that she's actually doing that. Also, I feel like Quran is really into like a word of the day type situation, and they were recording this on the day that aroused popped up, because I've never seen a man say that more. Yeah, she got me aroused, because when I'm looking at her, I'm aroused. I had a dream about her aroused. When she kissed me, boy, I'll tell you I'm aroused. All right, Quran, indubitably, but you are... I don't want to say anything, let's get going.
Between me and Cheryl, we have over 1 million followers together and 20 million likes, and we get like 10,000 hate comments a day.
And yet, no introspection from Cheryl. Yeah, every single day, 10,000 people tell us that we are the scum of the earth. So that does suck. I don't think that they are, and I don't think anybody should really be judging him. Because when you know the full story, also, even if you don't know the full story, like, okay, what's he doing weird? He's not doing anything that's weird. It's just like, listen, he loves a woman with some cracks in her crinkle. I don't like that sentence. You know, and by the way, cougars. Listen, everybody, shout out to the Cougars. Give a round of applause to the Cougars. We are not here to say the Cougars are bad. But this woman is not a cougar. She is a friggin' Siberian tiger because of how she's so old. She's not a cougar. She's a Tasmanian devil because they're extinct. She's not a cougar. She's a dodo bird. Don't get me started on passenger pigeons. Point of story is, culturally in America, it is seen as less creepy when it's an older woman with a younger guy, regardless of whether that should be fair or not. Sometimes it's, girl, what? Whereas culturally, it's like much worse when an older guy's with a younger girl. By the way, I do think it's like, it feels weird. I'm not gonna do a deep dive into why that is. It's because of the fucking patriarchy and like power dynamics and like, but do I need to get into that? I don't want to get into, like, it does feel less icky when it's an older woman with a younger guy. I'm not saying that it should feel that way. That being said, when it's a situation like this, or with Aaron Taylor Johnson and his forest hag, it feels very weird because they were known as minors. And then the older women who knew them as minors decided that they wanted to make sweet, passionate arousal time with them. Let's just keep that into context. When we're critiquing her, I just, that's why. Hello there, boy!
Pull some up right now. He's trying to collect that insurance money. When you married the cast from The Walking Dead, don't be rough with her. You will break her bone.
Okay. I didn't mean to pause it. Oh my God, that's so... I shouldn't laugh. Those are great. It's so great to see them like reading genuinely funny, like cutting hate comments, but saying it as if it's just like straight up mean. But like, pick the ones that are just mean and aren't funny. Like, that's Rose dating the cast from The Walking Dead. That's funny though, because she does look like a zombie. Do you know what I'm talking about? She's got one of the, and then this, him looking so sad, literally doing this. Doing that with this text over it is so funny. Also, sorry about how Gus looks. I know he looks hideous. He doesn't speak English, so it's okay to call him that, but the groomers messed him up, bro. They messed him up bad. Let me tell him he looks beautiful in dog real quick, though. It's tough, because sometimes he'll respond like I'm telling him I love him, and sometimes he'll respond like I'm saying dog slurs. And I don't mean to be saying dog slurs. Where'd he go? Anyways, that stands them being like so performatively sad with the caption, "You're a crackhead." And like they wrote those. They typed that out. Prince Philip, that's true. She looks like him. She looks, that's a good commentary. God, you're a ghost. She looks like him. Oh my God. Is that the demon girl who was trying to seduce me in my last ghost hunting video? By the way, a demon girl tried to seduce me in my last ghost hunting. If you haven't seen it, watch. There was so much like ghost hunting video evidence in that, like more than I see in most other videos. Anyways, hers is you're a crackhead, and then his is you dance with crackheads. She's like a double burn on her though, but I don't know what these other ones are either. Like, who's calling him a homo? I'm sorry, man. People calling you homo because you date grandma? Do homosexual gentlemen date old women? I don't think that's what the case is. Hey, I'm filming a YouTube video right now. I had a question that I needed to ask you immediately. I need an immediate response. Are you attracted to elderly women?
Yes. I'm attracted. Wait, to that woman?
No, just elderly women. I mean, that woman, yeah.
To that elderly woman?
Uh-huh.
Sure.
And are you gay?
No.
We gotta call somebody who's... That's been from the ghost hunting video. Everything's coming together. I'm not gonna say the one that he censored, but it also seems to imply that he's gay for liking an elderly woman. Chime off in the comments below if you think that it's gay to be a guy who likes elderly women. Because apparently Ben's straight. What am I? Get it together.
Hello there, boy.
The most hateful stuff, it'd be like, they call her a zombie. You're dating a corpse, necrophiliac.
How can you date your grandma?
It's funny for him to just be like saying that stuff right next to her because it's kind of, I get what those comments are getting at, but just saying with a straight face, dating a corpse, you a necrophiliac, the person that they're calling that is standing right next to him. That's so funny. And then when she has one, she's like, I don't want to say that shit. She's just like, you're dating your grandma? Because, she doesn't want to be calling herself an actual corpse on TV. But she technically is. Just, she's still alive. A living corpse. A zombie.
Hello there, boy.
But aren't we all living corpses? No, we're not. Sorry, I almost got emo. I've got a necklace for emos. I made this one specifically with Machine Gun Kelly in mind.
Emo.
Anyways, I wouldn't date a corpse. I also wouldn't be a 53-year-old woman grooming a 16-year-old boy, but that's me.
So that's me.
Public, we don't receive no hate like that. Like, behind the screen, you ain't gotta worry about it. You can hurt her feelings and watch her cry, and it'd be okay.
Did you hear that cough? She almost just died. When you're anonymous, you can just comment whatever you want. Her. Damn, baby, are you okay? I'm kind of getting aroused. I'm sorry. This is so weird.
Who gets the worst comments between the two of you?
Me. The negative comments affect me horribly sometimes. They make me cry. I can't handle some of it.
That's really sad. It feels really awkward seeing like an elderly woman saying that she was cyberbullied. But then you remember that she, deserves it? Listen, it's fine. The body shaming of her and calling her like an ugly corpse and The Walking Dead has better looking zombies than her and a morgue that burnt down would have more beautiful looking crispy corpses, like those things probably would hurt. But also, she's a bad guy here. Like, she's a bad guy. When you were in your 60s pursuing somebody who you met and knew and like growing close with when they were a minor, you're worthy of criticism. But people aren't criticizing her for that. They're criticizing her for her body. But if I'm being honest, it's the body of a bad grooming woman. But then other women who are potentially wrinkly and dating young, beautiful men, they could see those comments and then feel hurt by it too. So that aspect of it is sad. Like, okay, that's sad to see somebody who is being hurt. Yes, obviously I have empathy. I'm not a monster. But she is? I mean, like, she's wrong for this. And by the way, just because they've known each other for 6 years when he's been an adult doesn't take away the fact that they met and knew each other for the first 2 years and deepened their connection when he was a 16-year-old and 17-year-old minor minor. Is this illegal? No. But neither is what Leonardo DiCaprio does that we publicly know about. I don't know anything about him privately. I don't know anything about Leonardo DiCaprio privately. I just know that he dates really young women who are technically legally adults. And that's a little bit uncomfortable that you have to specify it that way. And he gets heavily criticized for that. As he should, because it is weird. We can't just be like, blah, 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 blah. Like, weird things are weird. Things are weird. Oh my God, what good commentary. But they're weird. And having a view of this being like, well, it's legal, so they're doing nothing wrong. It's not weird. I think is immature and misses the point of what the actual conversation is about. I mean, it is really funny when they say things like that about her. It is because we're viewing it from the perspective of she is this. But if you can find something wrong about somebody and then have free reign to criticize everything about them, it's like the Lizzo thing. Just because we found out that she is a person who has done a lot of bad things and, in my opinion, abused her power and her workers and made them participate in sexual situations that they did not want to pursue. And in my opinion, from what I have seen as the statements from the people in the situation, got it. Like, that doesn't make it morally okay to insult her body as, like, you know, a lot of people have done. But there are some things about it that are funny. Like Lizzo fat shaming her employees. That was an allegation. There's numerous sources and stuff for saying that. I'm not saying it, but in my opinion, it's credible. Like, it is funny to draw the parallel of Lizzo fat shaming. You know what I mean? In that context, it is funny. And in the context of her being an elderly woman who, in my opinion, groomed this person, from what the word grooming means. Well, yeah, I'm walking on eggshells right now, but I'm trying to be fair. I think that it then kind of does open her up to a little bit of criticism about how old she is. Now, I think some of it goes too far. What the hell am I talking about? I'm trying to be empathetic. I really am, but it's so hard when it's somebody who is bad. Okay, here's what I'm saying. Here's my point. She's bad for being in this relationship in the way that it is. Like, fair. And I think that the insults and the jokes at her expense are funny when through that lens. Like, I'm not coming on here making a video saying, look at this old woman, she's so ugly. I don't think it's funny because ugliness isn't, this is such a backhanded compliment. Ugliness is so backhanded. I'm saying ugliness isn't a sign of you being a bad person. And I think that bad people are the ones who should be deserving of like criticism and insults, right? And ugliness doesn't make you bad. But you know, being a 53-year-old woman deepening and intensifying your connection with a 16-year-old boy who works for your son and then continuing to grow that relationship and now being with him and, you know, boinking. I do think that that's bad and opens you up to insults and criticism. Which again brings me back to the video I regret the most. The Austin Butler one. I went so hard on this young man. He's not morally wrong for talking with a deep voice. Like, that's not his voice, by the way. It's so cringe. But I went really hard on him in that video, and it's just cringe. And I think that when something is just cringe, there's like a limit to, you know, how critical and insulting and at their expense you could be making jokes. So moral of this story is old women, come on, they're fine. Old women who are creeps, bad. Austin Butler, handsome, cringe. I hope that I explained it clearly enough. I'm not trying to walk on eggshells. I am just trying to like make a point, but sometimes I have such a hard time getting my thoughts together. I asked my doctor if there's anything as like mental dyslexia, and he just said, you got a problem. Anyways, subscribe.
If I hit 1 million subscribers by the end of the year, I'm gonna experience True Love's kiss, and that's a promise, okay? 1 million subscribers by the end of the year, golden plaque on the way, I'm experiencing True Love's kiss, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. So what, if you don't subscribe, that basically means you don't believe in true love? You don't believe in fairy tales or happiness for everybody on earth? You don't believe in joy, peace everlasting, love that comes and doesn't go. Okay, well that's you.